Hello guys, this is Adriane Jolly again. Today my topic is going to be things to consider when choosing a nursing school. The reason why I'm going to talk about this today is because in Empower Network, my upline has challenged us to a 28-day challenge. And today, for day 6 of that challenge, we're supposed to pick a topic that's related to us, to ourselves. So what I'm going to talk about today is just one of the things, because I am a 4th semester student of my associate degree program here in Nashville. And so I'll be graduating in May, yay. Just this is a good thing to kind of know, because sometimes when you're looking for a nursing school, you really don't know where to start if you don't know anyone that's already attended. I had a little help because I had some friends that are nurses, but still just trying to find that perfect school that is the right fit for you. So let's get started. The first thing that you may want to consider is the location. What nursing programs are available in your area. I mean, you may want to do an associate degree. You may want to do a bachelor's degree. If you already have a bachelor's degree, you may want to do a bridge program. So basically, it's different programs at different schools. So you kind of need to take a look at what your goal is and try to figure out, what program is going to work for your situation. And you want to know how far you're willing to travel to attend classes. My school is not but maybe 15-20 minutes away. There's people who travel over an hour to get to my school. But if that's not convenient for you, you got to know these things before you go ahead and get started. And are you willing to consider relocating to a different area to attend school? And that's just really dependent on you and the program that you're really looking towards, attending. So this is just a real important thing, is the location of where your school is. Next is the specialty. Like I said, it just depends on if you have a program that's specializing in med surg, if they're really well known for critical care. Those are just a couple of specialties that you may want to find out what is that school's reputation for that particular nursing specialty. So that's the second important thing to consider when choosing a nursing program. And this is a biggie. This is accreditation. You want to look for a school that has been accredited by the National League for Nursing Accreditation Commission, the NLNAC, or Commission on College Nursing and Education. Accredited schools have met all the necessary standards set by these organizations for nursing education. Although accreditation by either is good, dual accreditation is ideal. You want your school to be accredited because you want to get the best education for your dollars. Okay. And here's another good thing to kind of consider is tuition and financial aid. That's one of the first questions when you find a school that seems ideal. Will you be able to afford tuition? Are you going to be able to apply for financial aid? Because a lot of it is need-based. So you need to know these things, visit the college's financial aid department and see, try to fill out your FAFSA, and try to find out what you're eligible for. And get guidance from, if you've never applied for a FAFSA or you never, applied for college before, get in contact with that college's financial aid department and just go by and give them a visit and try to find out your next steps on what you need to do to get all that going for you. And that's the thing too. And one big thing about financial aid you want to keep in mind is that the availability can vary between large and small institutions, because large institutions, you may have more funds available, more types of scholarships or need-based programs or things that's there for people, whereas smaller colleges may not have access to those types of funding. Class schedules. Does the school you have chosen have classes scheduled that are convenient for you and your lifestyle? I'm a single parent, so I had to find something that was here. There's no way that I could go out of state and to go to a nursing school because I had kids. Even though they're teenagers, I still have kids, so I can't. I have to study locally. If you're, younger, because I'm a older non-traditional student, I decided to do this in my 40s. So I have kids that I have to consider. I have a family that I have to consider. So, but some people don't have those things. But that's the things that you have to keep in mind when you're choosing a school, nursing school or any college. You have to base it on your lifestyle. What are you going to be able to do? Are you going to work? You have to, there's a lot of lifestyle decisions you have to make. Are you going to work? Are you going to just go to school? Are you going to work a home-based business around your school, which is the best thing that ever happened to me. Because I can work my businesses and still go to school, and I don't have to worry about a schedule. I don't have to worry about, conflicting things happening, and I can't get off from work, or I'm having a problem trying to get to my clinicals because or I've got to go to clinicals, but I have a problem with going to work because of my clinicals. So, just some more things to consider. And another very important thing to consider is are tests required for admission. Some people have nursing school admissions tests. I had to take one myself, and you have to pass it with a certain percentage, that's a biggie because you have to study for those tests and you have to pass them to be eligible for admission. So that's another thing that you may want to ask your school. What do you need to study for? What materials and books do you need for that test? Clinical rotation. Clinical rotation is a necessary thing that you're going to have to do while you're completing your coursework. Does the school provide enough clinical rotation time? Some schools don't have as much as others, and you want to get the most exposure to the environment and to the clinical, into the clinical environment as much as possible, so that you can get that hands-on learning and everything while you're in school, and that's just crucial. Are the clinical placements varied enough? Are you getting exposed to different areas? Like, are you getting exposed to oncology or ortho or cardiac floors? Are you getting exposed to your OB rotation? Just how many rotations are you going to be exposed to different types of clinical situations? Do they provide hands-on experience? Most colleges do. That's a good question to ask. How much hands-on are you going to get? Because basically you're working on someone's license. So sometimes, that still may vary even in any program, because it's up to that instructor how much hands-on under their license that they may want you to have. So that's but it's still critical to ask so that you can, just kind of gauge what type of hands-on experience you're going to get. And yes, this information is best to get from current students. That's a good thing too. If you know of anyone that's in those programs that you're looking at, kind of talk to the students. Try to ask around. See if I've given a lot of advice about my program. To students that are looking at it, and and just give them get the real lowdown from the students of what's really going on, and that's a good way to gauge if it's perfect for you. NCLEX exam pass rates. This is very important because you don't want to spend, a lot of money and get an education and you're not able to pass the NCLEX. So that's a good thing when you're doing your research, is to find out, ask that prospective school for that data from the last 5 to 10 years. How were their students performing on this test? This is the test that's the NCLEX is your certification test that makes you an RN, a registered nurse. So it's very important to find out their pass-fail rates. And that is it. Thank you so very much for your time. I hope this helps. For more information about Empower Network, visit http://blog.makemoneywithadriane.com or email me at makemoneywithadriane@gmail.com. And I love this program, Empower Network. It has helped me while I'm, it's given me an opportunity to sharpen my writing skills and and make some money while I'm doing that. So take a look at it, see if it's something that you might can use around your nursing school schedule, because it's really helping me out because I don't have to worry about a job schedule or having any conflicts or anything. But that is it. Thank you so very much. Have a great day.